Beatcircle Show.
So here I am, D-Boy, Beatcircle Show, certified fresh, only on Rukus Avenue Radio, right there. And I'm just sitting here waiting for Rishi to jump on the Zoom call. Want to know why the damn song wasn't released over summertime. It's a summertime jam. I could have been dancing to that on the beach with no people. Pandemic beach, 15 miles apart. Why are my eyes so red? All that partying, doing nothing. Looks like I've been ghosted. No show. Yes, Rish.
What's up, D-Boy?
Yo, brother, why ain't I gonna see your face, man? What's going on? I'm seeing, yes, rude boy.
What's up, bro?
Bro, what have you got? You got your coffee or is that something else, man? I know how you roll, bro.
Listen, you know, I haven't touched drink since March because we've been on lockdown. So literally, I haven't gone out. I haven't left my apartment for like 6 months. It's been crazy.
For real.
Yeah. Let me just check. I think this might be Jay.
Yeah.
Problem again with email. Can you... Anyway, how you been, man? It's good seeing you.
Bro, you too, man. I'm here in Toronto. You're there in Mumbai, man. We're just like international brothers, man. But just getting back into Fire Shaper has entered the room.
That's him. Yeah, that's Jay. I want to switch this.
Why the hell is he chosen? Jay, what's with Fire Shaper as your tag, as your name? What's behind Fire Shaper? That's probably like his gaming name as well. Fire Shaper. What are you saying, Jay?
Yeah, look at my man with the fancy background.
Yeah, man, I'm Zoom certified, bro. Like I actually created this shit myself, man. I'm on it, man. I'm on it. Yeah, I took it up when I'm loving the background there, man, with the plaques and stuff.
Thank you, Geezer.
Yeah, and I'm liking Rishi's humble studio vibes as well, man.
Thank you, man.
So listen, I have a question. I'm gonna go straight into it, man.
Yeah, go for it.
How long were you boys sitting on this banger? Because let me tell you something, yeah? I've heard a couple of good tunes come out here and there, but this tune is bumping, man. So why now? Summertime is over, bro. I would have been dancing on this at the beach with no people around me.
Summertime's over for us over here, but over there, in certain parts of the world, summer's just starting.
Yeah.
So
especially now, because the government just released today that they're opening up bars and clubs in the next 15 days, and the weather's really hot here still. So I know for a fact it's just gonna exactly. It's just gonna it's obviously in India it's summer, huh?
Yeah. I said imagine
summertime, right?
India's always summertime, yeah, exactly.
The timing has to always be right, you know? And I think everything comes out when it's meant to come out, and everything happens when it's meant to happen. And I, you know, we had this song, we knew we wanted to put it out, but there were other things going on. I had other releases going on. Rishi was working in between. I mean, Rishi didn't have the record label when we wrote this song. No. So yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's something that I'm pretty impressed by. There's not just recently I was chatting to Rishi about Jab Tu Hai Wahi with Ravina, and then Daste Tu with Rush Tur and Jaktad, and now this tune. So Rish, man, you're putting in the work, bro. You're putting in the work.
I know, man. I think it was a thing of like when I came out of Universal, I had a great spin, you know, like a spell with them. A great kind of journey when I moved to Mumbai about 3.5 years ago. And I've always been that kind of person who likes to I had the label in London, obviously when I signed H and Mumsy and all these guys. And I wanted to do something here. And I was talking to a few labels about getting a sub deal here. And then just randomly, I got approached by Believe, distribution. They were like, we love, what you've been doing and obviously what you've done, and what is it you want to do? And I said, look, I just want to put out music. For me, it's about putting out music, discovering new artists, but as well as working with artists who I've worked with, such as Jay and Juggy and, other people. And, because as producers, we just constantly work, and there's so much music sitting on our computer. Sometimes a label, you take it to a label, they say, okay, it'll take 2-3 months, and they have to get this plan in, then they have to get, A&R start getting involved. I'm like, I think I've kind of paid my dues in the sense where I got to this point where I was sitting in labels in India, and A&Rs were like, we're not sure, we're not sure about this, we're not sure about that. And I'm like, well, I've kind of done it before. I know what I'm doing, So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to set my own label up. So I got a great team together, Kirani and Richard. And it's a label which is for the artists because it's run by artists. We are artists, so we it's all about being creative. Obviously, there's a business aspect of it as well, but it's a case of like, I just want to put out music, not necessarily by me every month, but just putting out music and still flying that British sound as well here in India,
Yeah. I like the fact that you broke into the animation side in the video. Love the video. Congratulations, guys. The video is the bomb as well. Did the actual Indian grocery store pay you any money, Jay?
Mate, listen, at the end of the day, they must be so boosted. They're getting free advertising through this whole thing. One of the guys goes, what are you doing? You can't film outside here. I went, do you want your store to be around the whole world globally? And he goes, okay, this is a good point. Carry on. So,
yo,
I swear, one of the shopkeepers came out, no filming. And then I told him what it was. He goes, oh, yeah, please, carry on. It was...
so if he's not giving me free subsidy for a year...
Free subsidy? Honestly, the video, it's not easy to shoot the kind of standard music videos during this time. I mean, God, would I have loved to be with Rishi on set, together, vibing out? Of course. But look what we're living in these pandemic times, and the fact that we still, wanted to put out a visual, we had to kind of figure out how can we do that with all of these restrictions that are on us. So that's when we sort of brainstormed, and Rishi came up with the idea of animating the second half. In fact, in the beginning, the whole thing was going to be animated, and then we started going back and forth. We're like, actually, no, we could be like, you could start off in real life, and then you get sucked into the animated world. And it was just fun, man. And yeah, it just honestly happened exactly the way it was meant to. That Garjul poster,
yeah,
we didn't even know it was going to be there.
Neither did she, probably, but
yeah.
But the writing is incredible. I love the melodies that you got in there. I'm not gonna try and do it. What's in the pipeline? Is it gonna be something else coming out off the back of this track, or is it just gonna be whenever the vibe is there? And
we've got another couple of songs together that we've written. Like I said, on the trip, this was probably the one that we felt would the breakout song would be. This was most fit for that sort of for the breakout song. But the other stuff is equally as great. Slightly different vibes. One of them is still up tempo like this. The other one is sort of mid tempo. Rishi and also produced a song for Juggy, which I'm featured on. So there's going to be us three back together again on another song. So yeah, man, we're going to keep rolling forward, bro. And I think the time is right for something like this. What's odd is 5 years ago, I think to this day, Rish, we released Freak, which is insane.
Yeah.
We didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But enough time has passed for nostalgia to be a thing. Even when we released Freak, it was 10 years, but it still wasn't right now, after this much time, it really is a nostalgic thing. This is enough time has passed for people to go, oh my God, yes, I needed this right now. and it's 2020. So, you know, it's equally as, I think people are equally as appreciative.
Going back to what you said, I think it's a case of, you know, with this record, there's so many elements that can give you, you know, that nostalgic feeling, from using the Barziga sample to kind of, you know, Jay and myself being back together, that flavor, that long Gavacha hook, the video, the nod to Eyes on You in the video is kind of replicating what we did in Southall. Yeah. But I think most of all, which I feel as well, which I've kind of just seeing what's going on, there's a lot of music that's coming out which is very dark at the moment. I mean, a lot of artists taking a lot of shots, you know, at each other. There's a lot of kind of, I don't know if it's ego, but maybe it is frustration, because a lot of artists have, you know, are in the situation where they just can only be making music. And I think the main feedback I've taken from this record is that thank you for making me smile. And, you know, that exactly what you said, D, is that it's a good feeling. It's good energy. It's good feeling. Like everything, it was made in this room. And it was made with that same kind of, we went out, tequilas, vibes, come back here, make a song, next morning get up, go and get some food, make the song, okay, done. It wasn't no overthinking. And something what Kieran said to me a little while, she goes, I was never there to witness the first time you did it. Yeah, I mean, she goes, but I was there for the second time. And I understand, because not once when you and Jay were in the studio together, you didn't say these words, which were, we need to do it again. You know, we need to make that vibe again. She goes, I didn't see that. And that's why, because the first time you did it, you didn't know what you were doing. And the second time you kind of were in the studio, it was the same energy. So I resonated from that, because it kind of made us, because a lot of people can get that overthinking, you know, especially when you get back with an artist you love or you've worked with or you started with, is to kind of sit there and say, okay, you know what, we need to make another hit record, or we need to do what we did 15 years ago. You know what I mean? It was never like that. It was like, you know what, we're just going to work. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't. Like when Jay came to Atlanta, we probably did about 5 songs, which is still on my hard drive. But it wasn't the right time, you know? So yeah, it's good. The energy is good. I can see, I'm getting the same feeling of when we first came out. Like all the media, you guys, the UK media, radio, TV, press, everyone's like, you know what, we're 100% behind you. It's a very warm feeling, especially the fact that both myself and Jay we don't live in the UK anymore.
Right.
Yeah, but you're still keeping the Southall vibes alive, man. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Bring it back. I like the fact that Rishi's got a saxophone in his studio. I've never seen anyone with a saxophone in the studio. Are you going to be like, you featuring Kenny G on any of your tunes or something, man? That's
actually
dope, man.
You know, I actually got it and I started taking lessons, and then I stopped. That's it. It's just sat there. But that's one instrument. I mean, I can pretty much play most instruments, but saxophone was something that I really wanted to learn, and I'm gonna learn that before I retire. You know, so I can.
If you learn the saxophone really well, would you feature on a track and play saxophone for me?
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I definitely want to play.
I want you in the video playing the saxophone. That would be quite interesting.
Yeah, like, you know, the things like saxophone. I've just got a brand new talk box, you know, from America. So all these elements, I kind of, because one thing I've always wanted to do is put a solo single out. I know it sounds really silly, not me singing, but me kind of doing an instrument, whether it's like you said, saxophone, guitar, talk box. But you know, let's see. But it's a good thing to have in the studio anyway. It looks cool, and maybe I can learn Careless Whisper one day. You know,
I think Ride It had a Hindi version, right? Didn't Ride It have
Hindi version? Stay, Maybe, Back to Love. I've done Hindi versions for quite a few songs. I love singing in Hindi and in Punjabi. Believe it or not, who would have thought that Punjabi, which is actually my mother tongue, would have been the last vocal I have ever done. Like, I've sung in Hindi before Punjabi, and I don't even speak Hindi properly. I speak better Punjabi than I do Hindi. But I think it was because I've always been able to come up with really, you know, them emotional Bollywood melodies, those Hindi ones, those melodies that get you right here. Those are the kind of melodies I love. So therefore, for me to sort of sing in Hindi, that came very quickly and easily. The Punjabi for me, was, you know, obviously Juggy was always doing the Punjabi. And also it's one of those situations where, like a lot of people ask, like, how come Juggy's not on this song? And Rishi was just like, Jay, you've never sang in Punjabi. Like, do something different. It's the obvious thing would be for Juggy to be on this song, but it's not like me and Juggy aren't going to do more songs together. We already had done a song. I had done a song with Juggy before we did it.
Rishi, next tune, Juggy does the Hindi, Jay does the Punjabi. That's it, man. Moving forward.
And Rishi's singing in English.
English, yeah.
And playing the saxophone. You guys,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Saxophone, talk box, Punjabi, Hindi. But listen, man, guys, bless up to you both.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
All the best with the single. Love the vibe. I'm sorry I started gunning you too hard about not releasing it earlier, but still.
No, bro, thank you.
Right, it's the right timing, agreed, and I'm going to be supporting it. Big up and enough love, bro, man.
Thank you. Take care, bro. Much love.
Man.
Wicked. Later, bro.
Bye, Lala.